Hi again. Right, just set my iPad up. Pop that on. Okay. Make sure it's got no sound. Make sure it's... Oh, I'm putting it up. Right. Okay. I don't know how many people will come on because I know it is just last minute, but I really, really wanted to come on again and make something. And I thought I've got plenty of time to get ready to go out. So I will, of course, be doing my live as normal on Saturday at 4 p.m. But I don't think, at this moment, I don't think I'm going to be able to come on tomorrow. That might change. It just depends how Paul is. So I thought, of course, all the samples and everything are at work. But I've got one of these envelopes with a demo in. So I'm going to go with this. I'm going to get all my bits out while we get a few of you joining. Here we go. We've got Lisa and Sally and Jackie. I am back again, Jackie. Twice in one day. I know. I'm making myself feel dizzy with what I've done today. Right. I wanted to concentrate. Just make sure I didn't lose any bits. And show you these fabulous little plywood bits. So I thought I would make the little frame that I did as one of my samples. And we'll be using some stamps on there, some die cut elements, some of the chipboard plywood, and we'll make a frame with the papers. So yeah, I think that's... I've kind of got these ready, but we're going to go through all of the measurements so that you can create. But I've chosen a different colour to the one that I did in the shop. And the good thing about it is that this one will be kind of different because obviously I haven't got it in front of me. When I do a demo like this, it's like I've got it in front of me. I haven't got to think about anything. But we'll just change it up a bit. We'll do something different on it. So I'm just going to get these ready. I am spoiling you all, aren't I, Lisa? That's fine. You've been spoiling me. Right, I'm going to put them to one side. And was that the packet I just held up? Yes, I think it was. And I've got my corner puncher here now, look, because I'm at home. This is a Hobby Gross one. It's actually quite good, but we've all got corner punches in our stash, or maybe them chompers. So I'm going to flip you around and we'll have a little look and do something. Flip that. I've got to be careful that this doesn't spin. Got my water bottles floating in the way. And you're plugged in because obviously my phone has lost its charge. Okay, so let's have a little look at some measurements first. And I'm just going to place this here. Oh no, I need it closer so that you can see. These are my little notes that I jot down to make my frame. So this is in centimetres, 21 centimetres by 10. That makes me these pieces. Sorry, the shorter bits. And put that in there. And 25 centimetres by 10 makes me the longer bits. So it's kind of, it's a bit bigger than A5, but a bit smaller than A4. It's kind of in between. And I've got my score marks, but we'll grab a bit of paper and we'll score it out just so that you can see exactly what I did. So luckily I picked up a paper pad. Ooh, that would be nice. So I'm looking through, I'm just flicking to see which one I want to make. Oh, oh, that's nice. You see, Okay, I'm going to use the green side of this one. Now, when I pick a piece of paper that has got a print on like this, I mean, I don't suppose it matters which way round you use it, but I look at the way that I cut the card. So let's get that out of the way and bring my trimmer in. And I am watching. No, you're not seeing things, Yvonne. This is me getting home and thinking, I just want to play more. The thing is, there's so many things in the collection. I just want you to see all of them and how easy they are to use. So let's just check that this is 21, which it should be. Yeah, 21. So 21 by 10 centimetres. And I'd need 2 of those. Like so. And then for the other piece, the other length, I'll just grab another sheet of that. It needs to be this way round, and it needs to be 25 centimetres. So if I cut it off at 25, get it in position, and then it needs to be 10 again, and I'll get 2 of those. So from 2 sheets it will get you your frame. And then I'm just going to take this out of the way and bring a scoreboard in for the centimetre side. And all I'm going to do perfect timing then, Jill. Right, so I'm going to score this at 1, 2.5, 5.5 and 7. And then I'm just going to rotate that clockwise 1 turn, and I'm going to score 1, and then I'm going to go onto the 4, and I'm going to score that down to the second line. And then I come in and I snip this piece. This is going to be the a tab. So I push that back so that I don't chop it out the way. And I get rid of this end bit. And then I need to cut a diagonal piece to the bottom of that little score line that I put in. And then I can take that away. And it's really important when you're making a frame that you keep it uniform. You do it methodical, because it's really easy to get confused and put it round the wrong way. And then all of a sudden it doesn't work and you get all angry and it's like, oh. So then I would flip it over and follow these score lines and just bend each one in towards myself. All the same way. 4 lines. Okay. And then this little piece here, this is your tab. Wonder if I've got any tape here. Yeah. You tape this down there like so. And then you pop a little bit on your tab. And then peel the back of that off. Turn it over, and I like to fold it on the second line. And when I bring this, I do it that way, bring that over, it naturally finds where it should be. And then you fold it back the other way, and that gives you the perfect kind of tubular. Oh, lost me comments there. And then you've got this little tab. So if I was to continue and do that on all of those 3, I would end up with this. Okay. So to pop them together, I'd need a long one, then a short one, then a long one, then a short one. And I would take the tab, the back of the tabs, sorry. I mean, it's nice to have my nails to feel the tape again, but it does feel strange. Okay, so then these sections here at the back, they're going to have, they'll have glue put on them, but what I like to do first is just join and make like a bit of a train. So I'll take this one, and then I'll take this one. But that, I don't know if you can see, can you see that all right? Let me see if I can bring you a little bit lower. Okay. So, can you see there? I'm butting that in till it touches, and then I have to do it this way up there. Then you push the tab down. So I've got that one in place. Move it along. So I've got long, short. This one long, push that. Get it right. Push the tab in, and the last one, butt that up, and that's done. So now I want to put my glue on here and here. All four of those bits. And then when I pull this around, I want to go across this angle here so that that will come around and fit in. And I'm going to do the same. You probably can't see that because it's a big thing that I'm trying to pull in. Make sure one goes under and one goes over. And then when you get to the last one, make sure that you poke that little tab inside, like so. And then use your mat just to make sure that you're nice and square. Make sure that that is perfect. So my lines look quite square. I'm going to flip that over. Now you can use red liner tape for this, or glue, entirely up to you. But I do recommend using the red liner for sticking the bits down. Now because the paper in the collection is matte, obviously you can stamp and do all sorts on it. I opted not to because this has got quite a lot of nice detail on here. This piece of card is 20 centimetres by 24 centimetres. And I'm just going to add that on the back. Flip that over. Perfect. And then I've got my frame ready to, I've cut myself a bit of white. And it'll give me just like a little shadow of black around the outside, like so. And that is 13 centimetres by 17 centimetres. So I'm going to take that out and I'm going to have that in mind. So that's quite orangey and browny. So let's get some ink. You see, there's so many. I mean, I could go totally rogue and pop loads of the beautiful elements in. I mean, I can probably still mix them in. I just love them. They're really lovely. Let's start off with some of this chipboard because this is, I keep calling it chipboard, it's plywood. This is something important. So let me get a knife and I'm going to grab the packet and I'm going to show you. I have got out some elements that I want to use. I've got like a couple of coffee rings, and a honeycomb. So when they come, they're inside and outer. Now they're not joined all the way round, but when you have a look, there's like a tiny, if I hold that up there, can you see that? Like a tiny hairline piece there. And that is how you need to get it out with a craft knife. So you just slide that down and you'll hear it. That's it. Now it's popped. So that I can now use that, and that's going to push through. So if I look around, in fact, that is it. And there's one up there. That's it. As easy as that. Pop that totally out. And then you've got this beautiful floral. Now, some of you might recognise this one. This one was from Nature's Dream. And it's really nice to pull the images through because they do really go together. You know, when you start layering these up, they're all going to work together. Nature's Dream 1, Nature's Dream 2, Sweet Bee Memories, there's going to be elements that you're going to go, oh, I need a bit of, guess what I'm going to say? Griddage. Of course. Let's have a little look. I just finished catching up that scene, that one. Sunflowers one. Beautiful, can't wait. Yeah. Honestly, enjoy when it arrives. I'm really, really happy with this. And then, so I've taken out some of these little flowers. We've got hearts, there's little bumblebees, little kind of, I don't want to say weeds. I don't mean weeds. What do I mean? Frondy bits. I'm going to call it a frond. There you go. So, like, you can add so many different bits in. Now, to colour this, you can do a number of things. You could get your acrylic paints out if you wanted to. You can put gesso on it, all sorts of different things. But I'm going to just lift that up a little bit now because I've just realised. I'm going to take out the lighter brown, the darker brown. And I'm just going to blend some ink over it. I could, if I wanted to, just rub that. But I need to be mindful because I don't want to pull the felty bit off the top of my pattern because this is quite rough. But you could quite easily just dab it on like so. In fact, dabbing's quite nice. That works great. And then I might get some of the darker one. This one I might need to be a little bit more directional with it. So let's put a pad on. And again, I'm not trying to blend because I don't want to rip my foams. So I'm just daubing on this ink to make this gorgeous honeycomb. There you go. Yes, yes, Gail. Lavender-like. Okay, and then maybe we can bob a little bit of, just take them corners a little bit. Bit of black here and there. Yep. Now, when it comes to the flower element, I need to be a little bit more careful. So if I grab myself a water brush and let's just, shall I do that? Yeah, go on. Pop some ink down. I can be more precise to where I'm applying this ink, even though it's coming out a little bit diluted because I've got it on a water brush. I can still be really precise with my detail. until I accidentally slip. But on top of these, I know on one of Julie's samples, when she made that beautiful album, she had one of these elements on there and she'd put glossy accents over the top. It looked absolutely beautiful. Okay. So keeping in with, I think I'm going to go red on this flower. Just fancy it. Clean that off. I don't want to get too much ink on me. Okay, I'm going to leave that bit for now because I don't want to. So you can add a layer at a time. So I've got that. I'm just going to let that soak through into the wood. And then I'm going to add some more on. And then when it's dry, I can come back and add another layer. And kind of intensify it. There's no reason why you can't add, if you've got watercolour pens or maybe pencils, you could use those as well. But I'm just using these inks. Now another thing, once this is all dried, I could stamp on there with my permanent ink pad and put little bits of detail if I wanted to. Okay. So that's settling in nice. I feel like I'm in that ridge again. Doesn't make much difference, does it? Okay. On holiday, we'll ring on Saturday to order. That's okay, Joan. Hope you're having a lovely time. I will make sure that I save one for you. In fact, Paul's watching, he'll be listening, and he will take one off there now so you don't miss out. Okay, so I'm going to come away from that. And then maybe some of these small flowers, let's pop some, I'm just going to put some yellow. And then I could just add in a little bit of red in the middle. This one will go maybe orange. That's fine. Now, this little tag, it says beautiful and I absolutely love it. And I feel like I'm just going to drag some yellow across that so that I can still read. I don't want to go too dark because I want to be able to read the words. So I've got that. Now, these coffee stains, I'm feeling a bit of, no, I'm going to go black. I'm going to go black. So just pounding that ink on. Obviously being a little bit gentle as well because they are delicate. Got a couple of, I wanted them to stand out, so they're looking okay. I've got those. I've got me a couple of bumblebees which I've cut out already. So let's just use a bit of that yellow in the right place so that you can see. And then we'll use a tiny hint of, they absolutely will, Tracy, you're right. Now, I did have some to hand. So, let's just say for this one, for instance, the acrylic markers, I could then dob in some little speckly bits, technical term, speckly bits in the middle of the flowers. So they're water-based, but because they've got the acrylic, it layers over and it's more opaque. So, yeah, I could absolutely, like for this one, if I wanted the black to be more black, make sure that you can see me. I can absolutely just go over that. And that really does make them stand out. Now these coffee rings, we've actually got die cuts for these as well. And they are in the... Are they in grungy bits or are they in the flowers? I think they're in the flower. I'll tell you. There's no point in me sat here guessing, is there? They are in the floral bits die set, which I believe is $9.99. And so is the grungy bits. You're loving the grungy bits, and I know why. Because of this die. It is fabulous. When you die cut it, all of them bits that come out, you can make like a grungy, rickety old picket fence with it. Would look fabulous. Okay, so we're just going, just plobbing along and decorating lots of different bits that I can pop into this frame. And I'm keeping it sort of like yellow orangey because that's the kind of colours I've picked out from the papers. So I feel like this one is going to have an orangey frond. So this one isn't lavender in my world. It's just this colour. Might need a bit of red on it actually because it's just going to blend in. That's better. Okay. So this is what I tend to do when I'm creating something for the first time. Just potter around and get some bits ready, and then kind of, now we're going to have a little look at the background. I'll get the background going and then we can start and add. Let me just pop that up a bit again so you get a better view. Then I can add all of these elements in and it'll kind of just be like this beautiful little. Now I need some kitchen towel. Oh, I can see it. It's on the floor. Ooh. And a water spray. It's quite funny because all of my stuff is still packed in a box. I've got the box at my feet. So I'm working out of a box. Brilliant. I know it's probably approaching tea time and some of you have probably got kids wanting to be fed and it's a busy time. Right then, here we go. So I think what I'm going to do is put a little bit of ink in the background first. And I'm going to stick to that lovely brownie colour. This is another thing I'm not going to find. We'll use this because it's there. Bit of ink. Bit of water. And this time I'm just going to dip in because and if I feel like it's a bit too bright, add some water. And mute it back, knock it back with your tissue. But that's quite nice. Because I don't want that to be too overpowering or when this goes on there. Right, that can move. Now, apologies, because I've got my folder to the side. It's like one of them things, I haven't got enough room to have it in shot. But let's just bring it in now and I can show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and pick out some of the stamps from Grungy Bits, because I'm going to need this little bit of honeycomb. I'm going to need my script. I'm going to use my coffee rings. And then, you see, I could stamp. Oh, I do like that too. But it's about the chipboard. This one's about the chipboard. Plywood. Plywood. Let's get that out. So now, look, I've got dirty fingers and I've got a bit on the bottom. Angry now. I'm going to put some water on it. That's better. Okay, now, there's a very, very good possibility that this has got ink on it and I haven't cleaned it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop it to one side. Now, rather than inking through it, this time what I'm going to do is ink the stencil. You could do that with a brayer as well if you want. And then I'm going to spritz it. If I had some water. Bottle. Oh, could have used my little fine mister. I want to use that. Let's use one of them. I like it. Then I'm going to pick that up. Bring my background in. And then, yes, pat that down. Just so that I've got a bit of random. Let's see if I can get another little bit on this corner. Yeah, I like that. Bit of grungy. Pop that back. Probably will be the cleanest my stencil's been. Right. And that can go in there. So now I'm just going to dib in. Just need my... Actually, I might just let that settle while I'm inking this up. Okay. So, a bit of script. There we go. So that gives us a real nice base to start on. And I'm going to use some black. I'm certain it's this way. And I'm just going to add in a few little bits of script. And then I've got that lovely honeycomb. It's almost like a geometric shape. And this one I'm going to do in the darker brown. Bearing in mind my bits are going to kind of go in the middle. I'm kind of keeping the detail to the outside. So you can see that that's just building up. And then I'm going to flip this now and go for a black. Like so. I might have to put one more on. Just a portion. You see that bit down there that I got a dirty mark on? We'll do that and then we'll put a second gen over the top. There we go. Right. Now let's have a little bit of an ink around the outside. So I think I'm going to go stick with that one. Just giving that a little bit of a blend around the outside. And then I'm going to take my black and just scoosh that off the edge. Okay. Now what I want to do is actually stick this down in the frame before I do anything else, because it's been wet and I haven't dried it. I need to make sure I've got a real good bond, because there's going to be nothing worse than a wrinkly middle. So I'm going to bring my frame in. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use some coral in the middle, because this does set like concrete. I'm going to do that in the middle. It looks like I'm putting a lot on. I absolutely am not. I'm just making sure that I've got a really good coverage of little bits. And then I'm going to go around the outside. With my Studio Light tacky. Okay. I'm going to stand up, make sure I get this in the middle. Well, I'll have a little bit of wiggly wobbly room. Right, does that look about? Yeah. Now then. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So now we've got our frame. And now this is like the first time that I'm going to see how everything goes together. So this is going to be the first bit. And I'm really quite happy with that colour, how it's come out. And I am actually going to commit and stick that in. And I will do that with the tacky, because you can do plywood. And I'm just going to pop loads of... just going to follow the detail. I mean, I could put it on a sponge and daub it over, but I feel like this is fine. Feels like there's a lot. But it's worth taking your time, and if any comes out, it will dry clear. And the good thing about it is that you can stick on top of. So obviously I'm going to stick stuff on top of this plywood, more plywood, and I'm still going to use the same glue, and it will bond it perfectly. But obviously if you might have some gel medium or something like that you want to use, that would work too. Right. I feel like that is perfect. Okay, so let's have a look. I've got this. I want to have that in. Might have to do that to the side. Maybe I have to go up higher. Yeah, that will connect with that one. I'm kind of talking to myself as I'm doing this. I know, I'm sorry. That one can come off there maybe. And then I've got a little bit of lavender, but it's not. I'm going to lay that on the top. And then I can add in some floor. Where's that nice little tag? Beautiful. That could go over there. And then I've got my bees. I'll probably pop one on that corner and one up there. So how's that looking? So glad I got your kit order. Bless you. Yes, thank you, Kim. And it's in the postman's hands now. Oh, actually, whilst you're all here, I can mention all the parcels have been sent on a tracked 48. Okay, and that is, we pretty much send everything on a track 48 now. Because the value and we know exactly where it is. That's not fair, Sally Ann. I want a roast. Actually, I'm getting what am I getting? I'm having a steak tonight. We're going to on the rocks, it's called, and it's that's good advertising, isn't it? If you're in rugby, go there. It is when it comes out on a lava rock and you cook it yourself. I'm just popping that stamp back in there. Right, now where's that other stamp gone? There. Okay, so I think I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to stick it. I'm going to commit to the stick. That's the scariest bit, isn't it? I mean, I could put more in there if I wanted, but I feel like something like this, less is more almost. I'm going to put my bumblebee in first. Oh, they see that could go on. Do it. Just do it, Hazel. Right. I don't know which bits are going to touch, but... Oh, not there. There. I actually want that flower in there. I'll move that. Yeah. I'm reading while I'm putting my glue on. I can't multitask me. I have uploaded the first live that I did onto YouTube. Well, I did it just before I went live, so it's probably still uploading. And then this one I'll do as soon as I come off. So next time I do a live, I want to cover the tag die and some of the die cut elements. And then I'll do another one using like the paper side of things, the die cut pad and stuff like that. I think it's really important to kind of, there's so many different looks that you can get from this collection. And you can completely change the colour. The colours, should I say. So I'm just going to hold that a little while because it's not bonded yet. You could use glue gels as well. I feel like I want another flower up there. I can always cut another one. I mean, pop one out. No, it's still not bonded. Come on. It's probably because I haven't got the glue in the right place. It's the kind of thing that you have to kind of stick and leave a step away. Now then. Where's my tag going? I feel like that's going over there. I'm worried about my little, this bit now. Oh, I'm just going to do it like that. It's a good idea. Just poking behind there. That's not glued. I feel like I need to put some more glue in. Has any of it glued? No. I'll put some more on and then I'll just leave it and I won't touch it. Okay. Now, do I need anything else? That would have looked nice with a little bit of twine around it. Let's get some. Pull that. Oh, that was lucky. Just tie that around there. Give it a little bit of a... Still got glue there. Beautiful. It's stuck. No bits have fell off. Yeah, I like that. Let's just see what we've got. Only thing my husband cooks is sausage. I bet they're Richmond sausage as well. Paul will only eat Richmond sausages, they're boring. Take a load of cut out. Thank you. Perfect. Oh, that's brilliant. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that. I could, like in my sticker pad, this one's quite empty, so I'm not sure that I'm going to have anything that I want to put in there. Look at my sheet. I don't really want to put that on there, no. What have we got in here? Anyone who thinks they're too small to make a difference has never met a honeybee. That could go in there. You are wonderful. The flower doesn't dream of the bee. It blossoms and the bee just comes. I do want a black one. And the reason being, I want it to stand out. So, oh, look. I've got these ones poked in here. Right, so what have we got? Perfectly imperfect. You see, I like that, just the way. Perfectly imperfect, just the way you are. Happy memories, inspire and create, created with love. Well, it is created with love. So I'm going to go simples. And I'm just going to poke that. It's not straight, Hazel. It's really hard when your head. Right, that's straight. Ta-da! That's it. Done. I'm going to flip you around. Oh, I don't want to be too close. And the bits are stuck enough now so I can hold them up. But how beautiful would that be for a nice gift for somebody? Oh, it's Mother's Day soon. Yeah, so I've got nothing really to show you here because it's all in the shop. But I would definitely, on my Saturday live, we're going to look at the tags and stamping down onto the tags, different things that we can make with the tags, and slipping them into maybe making some little booklets as well. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you're watching me on catch up, thank you. I know it was an awkward time, and if you're watching me on YouTube, thank you too. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you back on Saturday at 4 o'clock. Take care, everyone. Don't forget, it's on the website.